Listen, guys, balance is everything. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Simply J, Jeanette here. Everybody calls me J. So when I get questioned about balance and how is it that my chair is squeaking. Okay, and by the way, I'm in a hotel room because I am traveling with my husband. And now if I could get this chair to stop squeaking. Okay, so balance is everything. And a lot of times when I sit with my clients, by the way, I do coaching and counseling. So whenever I sit with my clients, the main thing is I feel like I'm too busy to have any type of balance. That is a lie. In order to survive, honestly, you need to live an orderly life. You have to have some level of balance because if you don't, you're going to neglect one area more than the other. And that area that you just might be neglecting could be your children. It could be your marriage. It could be your finances. It could be ministry. Whatever it is, you cannot neglect a certain area. You can have balance. Balance comes in the form of also saying no. Just because you say no, it doesn't mean that it's a cuss word. Saying no is vital for your health, as a matter of fact. No, I can't watch your kids. No, I can't take an extra shift. No, I don't need that. It's okay to say no and practice saying no in the mirror. You also need a planner. If you have a planner at face view, right there, even an online calendar, like my iPhone comes with a calendar and I color coordinate everything. Buy yourself some markers, crayons, whatever, color pencils, and section everything out from your work, family, finances, perhaps extra spending, going out, vacations. You want to separate everything and color code it. It's going to benefit you. Color coding is so helpful. I don't have enough time in the day to balance. Yes, you do. You have enough time in the day. Too many of us are praying for more time in the day. And I'm like, for what? Why? Because you're just going to fill up that time. A lot of us need to feel important. And so what do we do to feel important? We fill up our time. That doesn't mean that you're important. Just because you're busy or look busy doesn't mean you're important. In fact, it makes you look a little unorganized. So make sure that you section out your time and you say about 1 to 2 hours, I'm going to give myself that free time to do the things that I love to do. What hobbies do you have? Have you forgotten who you are outside of your workplace, outside of your marriage, outside of your children? Have you forgotten who you are? Remember who you are, because the minute that you can remember who you are is the minute that you will walk in the abundance and the promises that God has for you. If you're overly busy, you're overly stressed. The enemy rather have you stressed out, which is nothing more than Satan, rather have you stressed out than to see you doing good and walking in the promises that are for you. If you have a balance in your life, everything turns into, like what we would say, I learned this in school, homeostasis. Everything is just balanced out. It's well for you. It's going good for you. This is where we need to be. If you are unhealthy, your children are unhealthy. Your marriage is unhealthy. Your soul is unhealthy. Your spirit is unhealthy. Your walk, everything. And so you want to be balanced out enough to live a healthy life. You want to live the life that you were intended to live. And it's not a life of pain. It's not a life of suffering. There is a call upon your life. And when there is a call upon your life, you have to see it. You have to go for it and chase it, or else you're going to miss the promise that God has for you. Moses was a prime example. He's one of my favorite biblical characters, but I tell you what, he wasn't able to reach the promised land. Why? That man was so busy trying to keep people in check, and he was just done. He was tired of the people, the constant complaining. They would go out and they would worship other idols. He was done, and he would have to have his alone time. His balance came when he would go to the mountain. So guess what? Find your balance. He wasn't able to reach the promised land, but somebody else did, and that was Joshua. So you don't want to miss your promise. God has something in store for you. I'm not here to preach to you, but I want you to find your balance. I want you to stay sane. I want you to stay whole. And I want to see your family prosper. The minute that you have balance in your life, you're going to see your finances soar. The minute that you have balance, you're going to feel a deeper connection if you're married or if you're in a relationship with your partner on here. The minute that you find balance and you start traveling with your children and you start spending time with them, guess what? They're going to honor that. Those are memories that they're going to remember. Your children are going to remember and honor you for the time that you sectioned out for them. It wasn't always work. It wasn't always ministry. Now you have time for your children. Now you have time for your marriage. You have time for a sex life. Listen, this is important. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be on here talking about it to you. I see so many people throughout the week, and I realize that when I'm talking to them, it's almost a constant complaint. We don't have enough time together. We don't spend enough quality time, even on yourselves. Self-help, self-worth, everything that is within you. You want to see that and just start calling it out, because these are things that you need to do for you. Go do your hair. Go buy yourself something. Treat yourself to something. That is a part of balance. A lot of people feel that guilty. If I buy myself something, if I spend money on myself, then I'm taking away from someone else. No, you deserve this, and this is owed to you. You owe this to yourself. You owe yourself health. You owe yourself the things that God is bringing to you, because it's a blessing that He has for you. Do not pick up the phone for anything. Section your time. Have a time where you're like, you know what, today I'm just not picking my phone up. Today I'm just not going to check social media. Today I'm just going to have a self-care day. Take a couple of hours throughout the day, whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours. Give that to yourself. Section time, not only in that area, but in the area of your spiritual walk. Your spiritual walk should be everything to you right now, because a lot of times we're busy chasing things. And reality is that we feel so empty, and we look to other people to fulfill that. And reality is that emptiness is nothing but us needing some word from the Lord, or a worship, or just time with God. So make sure that you section out time for that as well. Your spiritual life is very important. That should be at the top. And then your family. Your family is your first ministry. Remember that people will use you. They'll dispose of you and then replace you. You are more than that. And so start doing things and make those boss moves. Write that book. Go ahead and apply for a new job if you're not happy where you're at. Go ahead and apply for that promotion. Go ahead and start asking, hey, when am I going to get promoted, or something like that? Because you know what? You have a voice. Remember who you are. Go back to the place of, where did I leave myself off at? Like, where did I get derailed? And when you take a look at that and you start seeing the timeline, and you can go back to that very place that you lost yourself, you can pick yourself back up and say, you know what? This is a time of renewance, restoration, for fresh wind in my life. This is the moment where I can press that big reset button and say, you know what? I may not have the control over the time that was wasted, but I do have control right now. Press that reset button, start over, gain some balance in your life. Get that calendar, go get those water pencils or erasers, whatever, highlighters, and go ahead and just start dabbling. Go ahead and start writing and erasing the things that you don't need and putting the things that you do need on there. You need that method in your life, because once you have that method, it's going to help you stay focused. It's going to help you stay balanced and organized. Remember, it's okay to say not today. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say, I just don't have the time for that. Start balancing by practicing little key words such as no. See you guys next time. Thanks for following. Press that subscribe button when you get a minute, and see you next time.